Hello guys, this is AB Creative Drawing, and today we are at episode 4, and this is another explanation video sketch where I'm out and about, where I am in a cafe around the London Field area in Shoreditch. If you're around there, go visit. It's great, got a lovely canal, and basically I'm sitting in the cafe where I am sketching from the cafe. Basically there's a plant pot, there's a beautiful scenery of the canal. I'm sitting down in the cafe right now, so I've just basically sketched my laptop. I've sketched another square which is going to be basically the scenery window of basically what I'm looking at right now. So basically this is I'm using a Bic Biro pen, and basically from this point forward I'm really just trying to insert just little markers on the page so I can actually basically get a good feel for basically the scenery. So I'm just basically working on the windows here right now, as you can see, and basically just sketching the side of the actual scenery of the actual canal. It's a beautiful cafe, and also there was a plant pot near me, and I had that there near me as well. A couple of little items, as you can see. I'm sketching the table because basically I'm sketching. I'm sitting on a kind of a tabletop in the cafe with a high stool table, and there's this wooden kind of like table that's there. So I'm basically sitting on that, and basically it's a beautiful view. Obviously this is a little bit sped up from usually, but I really want to kind of give you the quick breakdown so you can have an idea of what I'm doing. So basically here I'm just sketching the scenery of outside of that window a little bit, and as you can see what I'm sketching here is I'm sketching the little bits of grass, because as you can see basically what it is that there's a path where people are walking past the cafe, and there's little bits of grass on the path, and aside the path, sorry, and then you actually have concrete, which is literally where people are walking past on the concrete, and then you actually have the cafe, you have different shops and businesses and things. And here I'm going to be sketching a boat window, because there's these boats around the London Field area, around the Hackney area, where they have these boats, and this is one of these boats. I think there was a nice customer. She was a lady. She was really cool. I met her, and I think I was next to her on this day. I'm sketching basically the boat. So I've got the tabletop. I've got the little grass on the side. There's this little kind of vine, kind of like grass kind of growing out on the side of the actual pathway. And so I'm sketching the window all in biro, just adding little markers, because this view was a lot of detail to really kind of catch. So like I said, you can see in the camera view that the laptop view is there, and there's this little kind of other objects that's on the actual boat, and the boat basically has all these different objects. So the owner has all these different objects and things, buoys, different kind of plant pots and things. It's really cool. These people kind of live on these boats at the canal, in the canal, and then they have the little shops. I really liked it. I really liked the area. So that's what I'm sketching. I'm basically just sketching basically it's kind of like a plant pot. So this is like the little plant pot that the actual owner of that boat had. So I'm sketching it from the cafe. And so yeah, just basically sketching the other bits and bobs and objects that's there. And I'm just kind of going in light. I don't want to go too hard yet, because when you are able to go over in light, you're able to mark off things, you're able to make the mistakes, but from the mistakes you're able to learn, you're able to kind of go over them and just kind of basically correct little errors from there. You learn errors to get better. and not alleviating errors, because errors are going to happen, but the key thing is to have that sense of consistency to keep pushing forward. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to mark off things, doing little bits of objects on top of the boat now. These are all like little lines of objects on top of the boat. I'm going back into the side of my laptop, because as you can see, the laptop, some of the camera showing kind of a laptop kind of little keypad that you're seeing. That's the same laptop I'm using. That's the same corner of the laptop that's inside there. So I'm just kind of gonna go over in detail the top side of the boat. You know, the day is, the camera is a little bit jerky, only because like I said, just as a reminder, I'm sketching with my right hand and I'm holding the camera with my left hand. So now we're going over the little, side of the grass in a little bit more detail. We're adding a little bit more to the actual side path of the bed. Now we're adding a little bit more definition and lines, which is what we want to do. Whenever you're sketching something, you just want to really make sure that it is what it is. So you're just kind of, making sure that, you take your time in what you're doing. And that's what I'm doing. So basically from here, we're going back onto the laptop. We're going to put more definition on the laptop, put a little bit more shadow on the laptop. That day was a very nice day. Today was a very nice day for this actual sketch. And that's why it felt so good to go to the cafe. A little bit of shadow on the side here now. That's pretty much what we're doing. And the cross-hatching technique, this is kind of a cross-hatching technique. 2 lines going opposite directions. Sketching that. There we go. There we go. And that's it. Basically we're sketching the side of the actual window of the actual path. We're going back into the detail of the table now. This was a beautiful tabletop I was sitting at. So we're sketching that now. So when you see the camera going all over the place, with all the details and things like that, and it's a little bit jerky, apologize, but I'm holding the camera with my left hand and sketching with the right. So basically we're going in detail now with the actual shading of the actual boat, because it had some objects. I believe it had a little bit of objects on the top. And that's what you want to do. You want to build your sketch up to a point where you can actually just basically start adding the little bits of detail, but you want to build up the basics, you want to build up the foundation, and that's what I was able to do here. Now I'm able to kind of go over in dark. I'm just sketching, the little corner top of the objects. I think that was like a little bit of a flower bed that was there, a flower bed for some plants or whatever, some objects, and kind of go back and decide to go back onto my laptop on the side and do that. That's what we're doing. And just adding a little bit more definition to kind of bring the picture out and what I'm seeing. That's the key thing, we're adding a little bit more definition every now and then. So now I'm adding a little bit more shadow and shades. You want to add a little bit more shadow and shade. You want to basically, start off really light. Just work yourself up. Work yourself up. That's it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just sketching the side of the boat. I'm just trying to add a little bit more texture to the boat. Now I'm adding a little bit more texture to the plant, but I'm adding a little bit more texture, kind of like a still texture to the boat. And this is what we're doing. Just sticking to the texture of that boat. And that's it. You just want to build the sketch up every now and then. And obviously this is sped up. This was, this took me a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, I really want you to kind of get a feel for, you building up a picture yourself. So now I'm building up the side of the window. I'm adding a little bit more shading and definition to that. And this is a wooden table, so I'm adding kind of that wood chip kind of feel with some shadows. That's my main goal. Cross-hatching, I wanted to put a little bit of, texture to the actual, landing of where I was. And that's it. That's it. We're just adding that detail to it bit by bit. That's it. Then we're adding to the laptop. And we're just building up the sketch with bits of detail because we had the foundation before. Doing doing that now, just kind of sketching back and forth in those places. And that's the thing, you saw how light I started this. It's kind of like this lovely seabed of stuff, and you know, I think on my laptop there you just see that I'm just kind of sketching bits and pieces. Very light, but a descriptive thing. And that's it, you know, just basically sketching that. Now I'm using felt tip to basically bring out the features of some of the images. So we're doing the grass here right now. We're using a Stella felt tip. We're using a felt tip pen now. Could be any felt tip pen. We did the grass. We're doing the window now. We're doing the side of the window of the actual view that I'm actually seeing, this beautiful view from the laptop. We're doing the laptop here. We're doing the grass. You can see the picture's really kind of coming out within its definition. And that's it, you know, we're adding that together because that, like I said, you don't want to go so crazy with the felt tip. You want to make the felt tip a little bit more of a description for it to kind of show and support with the biro. So that's what I'm doing here right now. We're adding a little bit of shadow, so that's some windows at the back. So there was actually some like a kind of a door and a window in another apartment at the back of that boat. So that's what we're doing, adding a little bit more definition to the laptop now. We've done that. We're doing that now. And yeah, you know, just finishing up. Last bits. We're at the home straight now. We're just adding a little bit more detail to the landing. We're adding a little bit more detail to the side of the actual boat. And that's it. And we're nearly there. And like I said, you know, this is it. You know, you just build up the sketch really light in biro pen. Don't worry about the mistakes. Make the mistakes. You do what you got to do to basically get started, build the picture up, and then you bring a little bit of felt tip pen to define certain things to try and get the balance of light. We're about to finish up real soon. You know, as you can see, real detail we're adding there. So, you know, if there's any questions that you guys would like or want, please hit me up in the comments, in the chat. I would love to hear your feedback on not just what you like, but what you would like to learn, or even if it's feedback in terms of what you think I could do to improve better. We all learn from each other, and we can learn from something else. The goal here is, when you look at this imagery here, I built this sketch up from line biro to what it is now, to in an environment of a cafe. You can do the same yourself, okay? All right, you can do the same yourself. Any questions in the comments? Hit me back. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.